Hi there, welcome back. Thanks for being here. So in our previous lectures, we have seen a lot of possible operations that we can do with the stub. So initially we have started with learning the CURD operations, create, update, delete, and retrieving of the stubs. And later we have seen how to proxy the call. It is more or less the routing process when you hit one API, so you eventually route to another API. So we also understood that that is a common scenario when you have a microservice model application. And later we also understood the process of recording. So that process actually helped us without creating a stub on our own. So rather we are specifying an API and we are just trying to record that. So ultimately the recording process has created a stub and it saved us for in the mapping directory. And we've also seen how to retrieve the response from an external file. So we understood the folder structure around like what is the purpose of mappings directory and what is the purpose of underscore underscore files directory, and a lot of other operations. We have also explored a bit through the Postman as well. So now in this lecture and also from moving forward, so let us automate this process because automation is vital. In every process now automation is given utmost importance given the ROI it has, the return on investment, because if you have a generic framework with the helper classes written once, so the creation of stubs would be very easy. So rather than you going to the Postman every now and then and hitting an API, and also you tend to lose them. If at all you forgot to save those mappings, you tend to lose them. But if at all you automate the process, whenever there is a need for you to test an API or a microservice, you set something as you create a stub and then you call the stub and then you do testing with the help of rest assured script or Karate or any other, for that matter, HTTP client or REST messages or something like that. So in the documentation it was very clear. So I think you are seeing right in front of your screen at this point in time. So you have a Maven dependency mentioned. So with this Maven dependency, when we mention the pom.xml, we can actually access the wiremock client class. So we have so many methods that actually helps us to create a stub with the desired outcomes, like what could be the response and what could be the status code we want and what could be the body. So we can see everything, like whatever the contract that we have built, the same can be done through automation as well. So the dependency that you are seeing is the Java JRE8. It is a Maven dependency, and the one that is below is Gradle. So Gradle also another build tool. So it will act, it is an alternative tool for Maven. So it does dependency management as well as build tool as well. So since I'm gonna create a Maven project, let me pick the Maven dependencies. And same dependency can be found in the Maven central repository as well. So if you see here, so JRE8 standalone server is also there. So both the dependencies let us add to our Maven project, and we proceed with installing, writing the stubs and testing the same. So in this lecture, I'm going to just educate until the part of setting up the project, and from there we'll be really comfortable and we can really focus on how to create a stub. So that is how I'm going to split this lecture. So let me create a Maven project. I think it by now you guys have a decent understanding because we have been working with Eclipse quite a lot, and we have created, in the last tutorial we have seen a lot while working with Karate. So I hope you guys would be in a decent position by now and to work with Eclipse and to create a Maven project. So let us go through again. So I would like to create a Maven project. So I'm selecting a Maven project and click next, and let us use the default workspace, or let me just specify a location. So that would be helpful as well for me. So let me just create another directory here. So let me just create a folder, and I would name this as wiremock automation. So I would like to store my project in this particular path, so not this one. So I'll just copy this path and let me give next, and it is a quick start template. So this is, we also understood that this is a template that is best used when you have a basic testing projects. So it gives you the basic structure, and my project name would be stub creation. Let me just WM stub testing. So let me create that project with that name. So, and then let me click on finish. By now we should see a Maven project generated. Yes, we have seen a Maven project, and we have had the pom.xml as well. So in this pom.xml, let us just add those dependencies. So if we go to the browser, so let me add the standalone server dependency. So let me quickly add that and save it, and let me also add the JRE8 dependency. So these two dependencies are very useful when you wanted to work with the standalone server, or on the other hand when you wanted to start a server through JUnit rule. So we'll see in the upcoming lectures, but before going to that level, so let us just start a standalone server and then create a stub. I mean, there is no difference as such, both servers will act the same, but the way that you handle of creating a session of the server and terminating the session would be in your control when you have mechanism of handling this through your JUnit rules. So now I have had couple of dependencies with respect to the WireMock, but we need something to test. So as I just mentioned, so in this lecture I'm going to use rest assured for our stub testing, because we have already understood that creation of stub is one part and testing is the another part. So testing, we as a testing team, that is essential part. So in the previous lecture, previous playlist, we have understood that we can test that through Karate. So you can do it with Karate as well. So since we have already covered Karate, in order to just see something new, I'm just gonna use rest assured, but I'm not gonna cover the entire rest assured because that is gonna be a completely new, and it has a large amount of knowledge to be covered. But I'll at least I make sure I make you guys comfortable in working with it. So let me just take the very recent version of rest assured. So I'm just also adding the dependency here. Let me add that as well. And also I wanted to use JUnit 4 because JUnit 4 has some latest and rule mechanisms. So let me just go to the JUnit 4 part and 4.13. so I think 4.13. so let me just change the version to 4.13. so let me save this project. So I think we are building the workspace and all the dependencies are being downloaded to my local, and you can see the workspace is being built here, and the process is going. So it is basically downloading all the dependencies from the remote central repository to my local. So those would be stored under my project and would be in the M2 repository. So if you actually see this one, I think this process has to be completed, then only we'll be able to interact with the another files in our project. So I think this should be completing in a few seconds, so let us just wait for it. So until then, I wanted to make you guys understand that this automation process will give us a whole control of creating a stubs and also testing the stubs. So that way, when you are working in a sprint of 2 weeks or 1 week sprint, so that is how you ensure that you are ready with your code, so and your code is working properly. So that way you can ensure even before the developer designs his system, you can create a stub and you can test your code. So when the real development is ready for you, so you just simply point to that URL and you will invoke your script. So that is the advantage of this process on the whole. So if you just go to the Maven dependencies part, you can see a lot of WireMock process, WireMock standalone server, and all these things are downloaded. So I think we are good with the dependencies. So that's it for this video, guys. So this is how you basically set up a project in order to work with WireMock. So in our coming lecture, let me create a class, and then let me show you how to create a stub and how to test that with the help of REST Assured. So stay tuned guys. So please like this video and do encourage me. So I'm gonna have some other playlists and some interesting topics as well for you in the upcoming days. Please do subscribe this channel and share with your friends, so that might be beneficial for them as well, and that could be the better reach too. So thank you so much guys for listening me throughout. So you have a great rest of today.